All right, we have some breaking news just coming into the newsroom. U.S. President Donald Trump is declaring a ceasefire. He says on his Truth Social platform, "Congratulations to everyone. It has been fully agreed by and between Israel and Iran that there will be a complete and total ceasefire in approximately 6 hours from now, when Israel and Iran have wound down and completed their progress final missions for 12 hours, at which point the war will be considered ended. Officially, Iran will start the ceasefire, and upon the 12th hour, Israel will start the ceasefire, and upon the 24th hour, there will be official end to what Trump is calling the 12-day war." All right, for more on this breaking news, I'm joined by Canada's former ambassador to Israel, John Allen. He's now a senior fellow with the Munk School of Global Affairs at the University of Toronto. Mr. Ambassador, why don't we start with that? What is your reaction to President Trump declaring a ceasefire right now?
It's great news. We didn't know what was going to happen over the course of the next few days. It did seem like Iran was signaling to the United States and to Israel that it didn't want to get into a long and a difficult battle by having basically warned the U.S. in advance that they were going to be sending some rockets to Qatar. Israel had been sending messages, even while they were sending rockets to Iran, that they too were interested in a ceasefire. And I guess the United States has picked up on it, and Donald Trump is more than happy to be announcing it on his way to his hope for Nobel Peace Prize.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has really been a cheerleader for this war against Iran. Do you think he's ready to call off his military and make peace?
I think he is. I think he probably feels that with the latest attack by the United States with the bunker buster bombs, 14 of them hitting Fordo and the other nuclear sites, that Israel has largely achieved its aims, that Iran is very severely weakened, both in terms of its nuclear possibilities and its ballistic missile capabilities. So I do think that that Israel is ready for peace as well.
Do you see any other regional impacts from the end of what Trump is now calling this 12-day war on either peace in other areas, or do you think that there still could be continued war in Gaza, for example?
Well, there is discussion in Israel. This could go one of two ways. Netanyahu could think that he's got a big victory now, he's got a bump in popularity, and maybe he can move to focus on the hostages and end the war in Gaza through a deal, and basically tell his two very right-wing ministers that have been against any such deal that they're going to have to back off. That's one possibility. The other possibility is that he can be so emboldened by having done so extremely well in Iran that he thinks he can somehow take out all of Hamas, which most people think is really not possible.
Now, looking forward, there's going to be a big NATO summit this week. How do you think the U.S. allies, Mark Carney and others in Europe, are going to treat Trump with the announcement of this ceasefire?
Well, they've all, the Prime Minister and all of the European leaders have been calling for just that, a ceasefire, for a de-escalation. They seem to have got it. I'm assuming that it will hold, and they will all be very happy that they can concentrate on their agendas and not be sidelined by rockets being fired within various parts of the Middle East.
That's Canada's former ambassador to Israel, John Allen. Mr. Ambassador, thanks again for joining us tonight.
My pleasure. Thanks for having me.